Welcome to APW Talk, and today I'm going to talk about how important it is to preserve some of your wealth outside our current financial system. But before we dive into it, please hit the like button, and if you already haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. So yeah, family, I'm going to talk through basically what's going on in the world right now and why it's very important to preserve some of your wealth outside our current financial system. So look what's going on with Russia and Ukraine and what happened to the Ukraine citizens and also the Russian citizens. A war started. A lot of Ukrainians had to leave their country. So think about if you're in that situation. Um, your bank accounts might go down. You can only carry with you what you can have, basically cash or if you have precious metals. But in that situation, would you really want to carry around cash or precious metals? Everybody is vulnerable. People are desperate. Uh, Basically, your valuables would, you know, be open to anybody who wants to pat you down and check you. So if you're crossing over to another country, all your luggage or belongings are probably going to get checked, and they could confiscate your cash or your precious metals. So why is it very important to have assets outside the current financial system? That is one reason why. And this is why I always recommend looking at the most decentralized money in the world, which is Bitcoin. With Bitcoin, you can have your money in your own personal wallet with your own keys. And basically, your keys would be a 12 to 24 word seed phrase, and only you would have access to that information. Whether that, keep it in your head on a piece of paper or just wherever you want to have it, but have it in a very secure place and make sure nobody has access to your personal keys. And then also look at what happened to the Russian citizens. The US has basically weaponized the dollar and put a lot of sanctions on Russia, and that is hurting the Russian citizens that actually have nothing to do with the war. You can find videos on Twitter or on other social websites where they had lines and lines of people trying to take money out of the bank account because the Russian ruble was basically, going down in value so fast. So in a situation like that, if your country decides to go into war, you have no really think about this. Like people think, we live in the United States. We think our money is safe. It's in the bank account, but honestly, your money in the bank account isn't really your money. At any time, because let's say you have a family member that sell drugs and you don't know, and you send some money to that family member, and the government decides to cut your bank account off, but because of you sending, some money to your family member, you have no control over that. But if you have your wealth in Bitcoin, they have no control over access to your own personal hardware wallet. And going back to the Russian citizens, a lot of them were stuck in situations where they're watching their value get cut down in half. If you have some of your wealth in the decentralized money like Bitcoin, that has no effect over it. Your value is not being debased also by the Fed or other governments being able to print all the money they want. Because we know with the Bitcoin protocol, that is basically for the future set in stone because of the code. Every 4 years, the issuance will be cut in half. Less and less Bitcoin will be put out in circulation. So this is really why it's very important for people to really start to look at, diversifying your wealth in a decentralized money like Bitcoin. And for the last point I'm about to make, why it's most important to go ahead and put some wealth in Bitcoin. So you notice if you start to do research, you can Google this. A lot of countries around the world are starting to work on central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. And basically, what is this? It is not like a cryptocurrency. Yes, it's a digital currency, but it's a currency that basically the government controls. So China is already has their CBDC going on, and they also have a social credit score system. So look at it like this. Let's say, you're an individual, you drink a lot, and the government looks down on that. They could, be like, well, you got a lower credit score, so you don't have access to getting on transportation like a plane, or they cut off access to you leaving the country, or because the CBDC, when they take cash out of circulation, they cut you off from certain funds to your bank account. This is the type of totalitarian world we're moving towards. Look at what's going on in Australia. Look at what happened to the truckers in Canada. They cut off a lot of their assets and bank accounts. They moved towards Bitcoin. People think this isn't going on in the United States, but look at the executive order that President Biden just signed about looking at a CBDC digital dollar. So it is very important that every individual right now, if you want your freedom, if you want freedom to be able to transact and have protection over your wealth, to look at Bitcoin. And why I say Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the only digital asset that is fully decentralized, that cannot be corrupted by politicians, governments, or individuals. It doesn't matter how much Bitcoin another individual owns. Like Michael Saylor, he owns way more Bitcoin than me. He cannot change the protocol no more than I can. And I'm gonna talk about other ways you can, get into Bitcoin without, just buying it. You can earn it. You can look to get paid in it. You can sell things for Bitcoin, and you can look into Bitcoin mining. I will leave some links in the description about, Bitcoin mining, because I also started a Bitcoin mining business where if you want to, you can invest in mining hardware and earn a passive income, or make it your main stream of income as well, getting paid in the decentralized, hard sound money. And then also think about this for a second. The world is always advancing, moving, towards new technological revolutions. This is the new technological revolution that we're going into the 2020s. It's the changing of money. Before we had gold, we had metals that was used as money. We used to be on the gold standard, and then we went to fiat money, where basically, the state controls the money, government controls the money. Bitcoin is a real first opportunity where we can separate money and state again, just in a digital form. So yeah, if y'all got any questions, hit up the comments, ask me any questions. I'll make more videos about this. Like I said, I've been on the Bitcoin standard for years. That is basically my main money. That is what I base, and that's what I base everything on when I'm judging inflation and everything like that. Like, inflation is going through the roof. That is another reason why you might want to start saving in Bitcoin. And the best way to get into Bitcoin, if you do buy it, is a dollar cost average. Just get some weekly. And again, family, like I said, this is very, very important. I know a lot of people who are not too familiar with crypto or Bitcoin. You hear all the media narratives, it's a Ponzi, it's volatile, stuff like that. Do the research, do the homework. Trust me when I say this. It'll be very valuable, and it's very important to start putting a percentage of your wealth into this technology, especially Bitcoin, because it is the one that is truly only decentralized. So yeah, family, y'all know how I love to say we don't dive in the rabbit hole. We love to sleep in it. I hope all y'all having a great day or night wherever you are around the world. This APW Talk. Peace out, family. Y'all have a good one.